So today, in anticipation for The Walking Dead, the ones who live. Yeah, okay, cool. The ones who live. I'm joined with Darin because Darin, for the past year and a bit.
Yeah, I think it was end of 2022.
Yeah, we basically watched The Walking Dead because Darin was like, "You haven't seen The Walking Dead? You gotta watch The Walking Dead."
I love it.
There's a reason why The Walking Dead was one of the biggest things. I get why it was, but at the end of the day, like it went on for way too long. Like it ended last year before.
Yeah, rough. I think last year.
It's insane. It went for 11 seasons, like
13 years. Yeah.
But that's the thing too. It was like, I heard the show was so popular up until about season 7, because that's when everyone was like, "Oh my god, they ruined it. They killed Glenn and blah blah blah." After that, no one really cared.
Yeah, and especially once Carl died, I think that was like the.
All right, we're jumping ahead, but we'll get to it. We'll get to it. What we're gonna do is just a good old season by season mini breakdown and give our thoughts on it because why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Why not? Season 1. So it was a very different season to the rest of the show. You only had 6 episodes. Frank Darabont, who was
Could you imagine what the show would have been like if it would just stayed in that kind of like mini series format, just like 6 episodes?
Yeah, it would have been very different, and also, yeah, Darabont was a great, I'd say, director. You could see the dialogue was much better in those first 2 seasons.
It was very economical.
Yeah.
In terms of the way they told the story.
But yeah, he did Shawshank Redemption, right?
Yes, but I haven't seen the Shawshank Redemption.
I think that was him, and he did a Green.
Green Mile.
Green Mile.
Yeah.
Not Green Day. That's the band, right?
That's the band. Come on.
Yeah, the pilot episode. Rick wakes up in the hospital.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Fun fact about The Walking Dead: I'd seen the pilot before you showed it to me. I'd seen it, and then I think it was on Amazon Prime at the time. And then when I went to watch the next episode, they took it off, so I kind of just never continued with the show. But yeah, the pilot is good. I think it's solid.
Very good. Yeah, the hospital scene, like imagine the shock waking up. He doesn't.
I think it does a good job of putting you into the world. Like it introduces you to Rick, and Ricky Dicky is the goat. Everything with Morgan and Rick was really cool. It really does play in that sense of like, I've just woken up, I have no idea what's going on, and people are acting weird and different around me because they've lived through the status of the zombie apocalypse. I have no idea what's just happened. I've just woken up.
You see all the dead bodies and everything. The classic shot, don't open, dead inside.
Yeah.
And then the also shot of Rick when he's going into Atlanta on the horse.
Yeah, that is like the most iconic shot, I think, of the entire Walking Dead.
He ends up in the tank.
Yes.
The iconic scene, then Space Junk plays.
Space Junk.
And you hear Glenn on the walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just ends up with the group after that. It's like Rick, Andrea, Merle.
Oh yeah, on the building,
roof.
yeah.
And then he ties, he handcuffs Merle.
Merle just throws out some casual racism.
Very racism to T-Dog, man. Merle's a funny character.
Merle is funny.
Very funny.
Michael Rooker, Yondu.
Yeah.
Great stuff in this show. Merle is one of the more iconic characters.
Yeah, he's...
Hey, little brother.
he's got the aura,
Yeah, he does. That's the thing. Like, Merle's an arsehole, but he's like a charismatic arsehole, so you kind of love him.
They leave Merle on the roof to fend for himself, and they escape. Then they end up back, and they find out Carl and Laurie, and Shane.
Yeah.
So yeah, Carl and
best friend just moves straight in for his wife as well, which was
fucked up.
God damn it, Shane. God, Johnny B, man, come on.
Johnny B.
This is John Bernthal's like one of his iconic roles, I think.
Yeah, I think that kind of helped him also get better roles.
Yeah, well, I mean, this got him Punisher, something along those lines. Like, that's one of the reasons why they were just like, oh yeah, he's great in Walking Dead, we'll make him the Punisher.
I thought the reunion was really good.
No, definitely. Though, season 1 to 2 Carl was like, so annoying.
The group is like, the OGs, man. You had Jim. That death was pretty sad,
Yeah.
He was just basically going crazy.
He's tying me up against the tree.
He lost his family and he succumbed to the... We lost Andrea's sister, Amy.
Yeah, Amy as well. So wait, hold on. The OG group was T-Dog, Carol, Ed, Andrea. Fuck Ed. Amy, Merle, Daryl,
Jackie. She dies in the CDC when the place gets blown up.
Shane, Dale, Glenn, Rick, Laurie, Carl. Yeah.
Morales and his family.
Yeah, I always forget Morales. I think everyone does, to be honest.
The show.
But the thing that I find though with season 1 is that like it is really short. Like it builds up to the CDC, and then you get there, and then you just go, oh, there's no cure, and then they blow up the CDC.
I think it was maybe just to see if the show would continue on or not. That's why it's probably so short. I do like the CDC episode, how how they discuss whether it was better to just die or
I think it brings up that question of the whole Walking Dead scenario. Like, is it better to die or to try and live through it and survive?
Yeah.
Because the whole theme of the show is survival. Who'd have thought about that?
I forgot about that the Latino episode with the Latino gang. That was pretty good.
Nebraska's pretty great this time of year. That's not the season. God damn it.
Season 2.
I'm excited to move on to season 2 because season 2 is the most iconic season.
I think that's my favorite on Like I rewatched the show, so I've watched the show twice. I think after rewatching it, I think season 2.
But that's the thing I find so funny though with season 2 is that online everyone thinks it's the most boring season. I don't get that. It's so fun. Okay, fun, but it's like it's just got all like the entertaining memes with like Shane and Dale.
Let me tell you something.
Tell you what, Dale. Not to mention the Sophia subplot, the whole like them searching for her only to find her in the barn as a walker, was such a good twist.
Yeah.
Like you saw me. I was just like, no way. It was really great. Oh shit. Oh my, it's Sophia, isn't it? It's Sophia. I fucking called it.
And the whole season, Shane and Rick are just
like dog eat dog.
Exactly.
It's literally just they're biting each other's throat. Also, the well. With your favourite walker.
I forgot about him. It's too funny, man. But actually, you never saw like that many good walker designs after that. Like that was actually like great, man. What we did with him.
I love how they spent the whole episode trying to get that walker out the well, only for it to just like split in half, and there's just maggots in the water. It's like, oh god!
For the dialogue this season was great. Daryl wasn't just
I know what kind of man you are.
Yeah, Dale was good as well, But yeah, Daryl had some really good scenes. Like I remember when we found a dead walker who hung himself. Yeah, that was a good scene. Also, when he gives the Cherokee rose to Carol, and that's kind of like the beginning of their friendship, which obviously blossoms throughout the whole show.
Definitely. And obviously, speaking of great dialogue, Shane's whole speech in the barn, like, if you want to live, if you want to survive, you gotta fight for it. And I'm talking about fight.
Right here, right now. What is that?
What is that?
No,
why is it still coming? Why is it still coming? Bam, bam, bam.
Shane is just a villain, man. Like, especially how he killed Otis, the guy who shot.
Hey, killed Otis.
That's one of the harder scenes for me to watch because I just felt so bad for Otis.
No, it is. You genuinely watch it and you just go, man, Shane.
Like, I think they could have both escaped.
Yeah, I don't know what he was talking about. He just shot him for no reason and then shaved his head.
We're also introduced to new characters: Herschel, Maggie, Beth.
Herschel, my favourite.
Herschel.
We'll get to why later on.
But yeah, Herschel's. Yeah, I think everyone pretty much agreed to love Herschel, and Maggie as well as a good character. She starts the romance with Glenn in that season.
Maggie.
Smoking hot. Laurie's pregnant. It's with Shane's
baby.
Shane's baby. Like it's the Shane Laurie dynamic and Rick as well, because like Rick's not getting along with her that much. He's trying.
For good reason as well.
Yeah. Like he's trying to balance out stuff with Carl as well. It's a very like complex dynamic, which is very good.
When did they kill Dale off?
That's I think a few episodes later.
Yeah.
But after the barn episode, that's when we get the iconic Nebraska scene.
Yeah, where Rick's in the barn, he runs.
Yeah, kills his first humans.
Yeah. Nebraska's pretty nice this year.
Yeah. Why we said Carl's annoying because he basically led to Dale dying. I mean, I'm pretty sure Dale wanted to get killed off because Darabont left the show.
Yeah.
Because of disagreements, but yeah, he just
they killed Shane off. They killed Dale off because he didn't want to be in the show anymore.
Yeah, and like what? Carl stole a pistol, goes in, he doesn't kill a walker.
I hate early season Carl so much. He's so annoying. But before we get to the big finale, let's talk about Shane and Andrea and how that was so random.
Yeah, that scene's just funny, man. Especially when Kai just grabs his fucking dick. Just give that look.
Yeah.
You will show them now. Put it on. Do you remember when Shane and Rick fight? So yeah, they get the prisoner from after the bar. They get the prisoner, who's a member of one of those guys that Rick killed.
Is that the one that Rick keeps saying "shut up" to?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So like Rick and Shane fight. Like Shane actually tries to kill him.
Yes,
They just like forget about
that's
it.
the whole scene of stop acting like you know the way ahead, like you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, sorry. Let me do that again. Why the fuck did my voice squeak? Stop acting like you know the way ahead, like you know the rules come from. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
also one of my favorite Walking Dead memes. So good.
Shane like tries to kill him. They forget about it when they get back.
That's what I find so weird though too, is like that the Rick and Shane dynamic is so interesting because in many ways it'd be like if me and Darin were in a zombie apocalypse, like just all of a sudden best friends just like try to kill each other. It just feels so kind of like out of the blue.
Yeah.
I can imagine. Yeah, don't do that to me, man. That's something too though actually, because we always joke about this in terms of what characters we are from Walking Dead. Am I Rick, or am I too good to be Rick? Or like in terms of like I'm too kind.
Patrick.
I'm not. I don't want to be Patrick. I don't want to be Phineas, man.
There's like a big debate about whether they should kill the prisoner or let him go. They find out he knows Maggie and Herschel. So, I mean, later on seasons, Rick would have easily
just
bang.
Yeah, no question.
The prisoner escapes, but actually Shane let him go, killed him, just to frame like there was an escape, and then he leads Rick out into the woods to try and kill him.
Wow. I'm a better father than you, Rick. I'm better for Lori than you, man. Cause you see, I'm a better man than you, Rick. See, I'll fight for.
I'll be there.
I'll be there. You just come back here and you just destroy everything.
Yeah, I love that. That scene's just amazing.
Yeah. When Rick kills Shane, that is like one of the best scenes in the entire show. So well done.
Damn you for making me do this.
Yeah, you did this to us. It was you, not me.
Yeah, Carl kills Walker Shane, and then like a horde attack.
It's him starting to end Stripes.
Yeah.
After spending 2 seasons being so annoying.
Yeah, Horde takes out a few of the members of the farm. I remember Andrea gets split up with the group, but then the rest of the group escapes and get a famous dictatorship.
What a speech, man!
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep this group together, alive. Yeah. Do you remember the game they've made in that really bad?
Oh, I forgot they even came out. I don't know. Forgot it came out.
Oh, I'll put a clip in. I'll put a clip in of the Walking Dead game. It's so funny. Season 3, beginning of the prison era.
Yeah, Prison is also one of my favorite seasons.
Yeah, I think seasons 2 to 4 are really strong. Yeah. 5 is also very good, but it's different.
Yeah.
And then 6 is like the beginning of the end of the show. I always find, because that's when it's like building up to Negan. Yeah. The prison stuff is cool though. Like I like how in the first episode Herschel loses his leg.
Yeah, pretty dramatic.
Yeah, it's just really.
Literally within the first 3 episodes.
Yeah.
It's I think like the Lori.
Yeah, it's like a non-stop dynamic shift. It's like Herschel loses his leg, Lori dies, Judith is born.
Yeah.
They're introduced to new prisoners.
Yeah. But the Lori scene, man.
Oh god, that whole scenario, man. It's just the fact that Carl has to kill his mom, and then when Rick finds out too, again, it leads to an iconic meme.
Yeah.
But like the thing is too was that like in context it wasn't funny because I knew going into the show that was a meme, but I didn't know the context of why Rick was crying. Yeah. And then when I saw it happen, I was like, "Oh, this isn't funny." Yeah. But like it's a funny reaction to use, but it's not funny in context.
Yeah. Maggie was there with Carl, I remember, and then also we lost T-Dog, fucking legend. One of the OGs had gone.
We lost T-Dog for Maurice, and
it's not called Maurice. It's called Axel, man.
I know, but tell me he doesn't look like a Maurice.
Sure, man. The prisoners, how it was pretty cool how Rick took care of business, man.
Yeah.
Just machete to the head. That was. Yeah, those prisoners were annoying, but I did like Oscar and Axel. They were pretty good characters, and it was a shame that they did get killed off.
Yeah, no, for sure. I remember when Axel died, I was like, no, not Maurice.
I thought he was going to start a relationship with Carol.
Yeah, literally.
But yeah, we also meet iconic character Michonne this season.
What's the deal, Michonne?
Leap out of them woods.
Leap out of the woods. That's the thing I find so interesting too with season 3 is that it opens off with like such a dramatic thing of like Lori dying, the prison, them trying to make it safe, and then boom, we get introduced to the best villain of the show.
Yeah. I'd say so, man.
Philip, my boy Philip, the governor, is the best villain of the show.
Yeah. Negan and him, it's very close, but...
but it's like Negan's a villain for like 2 seasons, and then it's like he becomes something different.
Yeah. I've got a question for you. Who do you think would win in the fight?
Oh, that's tough. Because I feel like Philip is a psychopath.
Yeah. But I think like simply because Negan always finds a way to stay alive.
But then is that just the writers favouring Negan?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
That is actually a very tough
Governor
question.
was about to kill Rick, and I mean, we'll get to that, but he was saved by Michonne.
Yeah, that's true. Like in a hand-to-hand fight, Rick was beating Negan, so potentially then the Governor would beat Negan.
Yeah, it's a tough question.
It is a tough question.
I mean, the Governor. You think first of all he's like actually a decent guy.
That's kind of like most of the villains of The Walking Dead. You think they're all decent, and then all of a sudden they just like turn, and it's just like, oh god, here we go again.
First 2 seasons there was no main villain. It was just
it was
just mainly focused on the zombies.
Yeah,
and it was
but that's kind of why and how The Walking Dead develops is like at the beginning it's all about the zombies,
and then it becomes the humans.
Yeah,
humans
that's the shift of the dynamics of the conflict. Yeah,
Governor, you think he's a nice guy. He's about to save the soldiers. Found your boy.
Found your boy.
You.
Season 3 has so many iconic one-liner deaths, like Gargiulo,
Tim Crowley, Eisenberg,
Bob Adams.
Bob Adams, man.
Yeah, it's like when they go and attack Woodbury, Rick is there to save.
I think Glenn and Maggie.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. We'll mention that first. So
man.
when Glenn and Maggie get captured in Woodbury and they're like tortured, horrible stuff, uncomfortable. To be fair, though, from what I've heard in the comics, it's even worse.
It's done with Michonne.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Governor literally rapes Michonne.
Yeah. Damn you, Philip.
Damn you, Philip.
Oh, what's his name? What's the actor's name that plays the Governor?
I don't know. He's in Doctor Who.
Something Morrissey. David Morrissey. David Morrissey as the Governor, though, is so charismatic. Like, you can't hate him. Because he's so charismatic, it's just like, hey, look at me, I'm the Governor.
Yeah, he's like a natural leader, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely. Like if he wasn't evil, he would have been like a great leader.
Yeah, we lose Oscar when Rick goes to rescue the group. Not the group, Maggie and Glenn. Merle rejoins with the original group, and then there's a dynamic. Like they all hate him. Daryl doesn't like him, but it's his brother. They have to keep him alive. But separate from the group.
Also, season 3 has one of the best episodes, I think, which is when Rick and Carl run into Morgan. Such a good episode. Yeah. Like, you know, it's like they run into Morgan and Morgan's just like, you said you would keep your radio on every day at dawn. And he literally goes insane and his son, what's his son called?
Dwayne.
Dwayne's like dead and Rick's just like, oh god. And then like, Morgan's just like fortified himself in this building. He's got like traps all over the place. It's really good stuff. And Rick's just like, come with me, Morgan. And Morgan's just like, no.
He's like, please kill me.
Yeah.
And then
crazy son of a.
Crazy.
And then also like the Carl and Michonne bonding.
Yes.
Because they're basically like become best friends.
That was also one of my favorite dynamics was Carl and Michonne throughout the entire show.
But yeah, that was definitely one of the best written. We also meet Tyrese and his group, Tyrese, Sasha, and then some other misfits.
Yeah, some other. They would probably die at some point.
They died pretty quick. But yeah, Tyrese and Sasha, really good characters, especially Tyrese. After Laurie's death, Rick just goes crazy.
Oh god, yeah, the telephone episode.
He's hearing things.
What are you doing out here, Rick?
Thanks.
Stuff.
He's lost. He even sees Laurie at one point. What's that Irish actress?
Kerry Condon is in one episode. Rick like runs into her in the woods, and basically she's just like, "Oh, help me!" And she basically like tries to rob him, and it's like, "What the hell is Kerry Condon doing?" And it's like, "What the? That's insane." She went from Walking Dead to Banshees of Inisherin.
Herschel does a really good job in helping like Rick get back as leader and get back to his senses, which is
flipping Rick.
Yeah, this was another reason like Herschel's a really good character.
I love Herschel so much. I also just love his obsession with baby formula. He's like, hey Rick, we need to find more formula for baby children.
Andrew and whatever, they try and make a deal.
Can make a deal.
I think that's season 3, not season 4. But I remember.
Yeah, because Andrew doesn't make it out season 3.
Yeah, so it's.
Yeah, it's this season.
Yeah, Mel tries to like just take out. They were going to bring Michonne to the governor.
Yeah, and they're going to take her.
Mel takes her.
Yeah.
But he sets her free, and then he tries to do everything himself, and he literally was about to do it, and he got. Yeah. It was so unlucky.
It's so unlucky. Mel's death was genuinely sad, too, especially when Daryl finds him.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh no, like look, Mel may have been racist in that one episode.
He might have been an asshole.
He might have been an asshole. Hey Blondie, how come we never hooked up before? Yeah, he was an asshole, but like Mel was great. Yeah. Didn't want to lose him that early on. He was so good.
The governor tries to attack the prison. He gets ambushed. They fail. He goes crazy. He kills everyone. and he just goes off on his own.
That's kind of why I love the governor though. He's so unhinged.
Yeah,
he just kills everyone.
That season ending was just wow. And then
does he gets the eye patch at the end of the season as well, right?
I think that happens. No, yeah, that happened near the end because when Michonne was, it was when they attacked Woodbury.
Yeah,
Michonne
kills his daughter as well. Yeah. Oh god, boy,
the comb when he's combing her hair, it's the most disgusting scene.
Yeah, for context, the governor has his daughter as a walker, and he keeps her chained up, but he still treats her like she's his daughter. And it's interesting too because that's what Herschel tries to do in season 2 with his family. Like all the people in the barn were his family members. And it was like, no, we can cure them. There's a way to fix them, but there's not. Yeah. And so, like, when Michonne kills him, it's like, oh, God.
At this point, who were your favourite characters? Mostly Rick.
Mostly Rick, because Rick is just top. Shane was obviously great, but he died. Daryl was cool, but he doesn't become, like, peak Daryl until, like, 4 and 5. Yeah. Philip, my boy, the governor. I love him. Merle.
Yeah. Glenn as well, Maggie.
Yeah, Glenn and Maggie, like, you always like to. It's like, the characters that you recognise and just like, yeah, I like them all.
Yeah. Carl stepped up.
Yeah, he did. Carl isn't annoying this season.
Herschel,
of course, Papa Herschel, this formula.
But yeah, at the end of season 3, this leads into season 4. So they take in the Woodbury citizens, and then that's how Plague ends up.
Yeah, exactly. The plague disease arc. Yeah.
We lose Patrick. He's such a nice guy, and he just gets killed
I know.
straight away.
It also blew my mind when he told me that he was Phineas from Phineas and Ferb. Yeah. I was like, what?
Yeah, but then there's like a mini plot. Herschel, he does his best. Another reason he's a bloody hero, man. He goes in to save them despite putting himself at risk. Carol ends up killing some of the infected to try and get the disease to stop, and one of those was Tyrese's girlfriend. So Rick finds this out, and he spares her by basically exiles her.
You need to leave.
Yeah. And then in that episode we meet the Penguin from
Penguin from Gotham's in this. Yeah, that's what I found funny too when watching the show was like how many TV actors I recognised.
Yeah.
Like in one of the Governor's new groups, Diggle's wife from Arrow is in it, and so is Dinah from Arrow season 5. I was like, what the hell are all these actors doing here? One thing too that I like about season 4 is how it like leads nicely from season 3, because just out of the blue, my boy shows up.
It's back.
Philip.
I thought he was dead. Nah, man.
What's his fake name? Brian, which is his actual comic name.
The episode that focused solely on the governor was like really good.
That was really good.
You know when he was so depressed and he's walking and like the walker just trips. Like,
Walking Dead had some very good like subtle dark comedic moments that I really enjoyed.
We meet Tara.
Yeah, Tara.
Governor ends up with her sister.
Yes. Yeah. It was Diggle's wife from Arrow.
He ends up with another group. It was he reunites with one of his second in charge,
Martinez, yeah.
Ends up fucking killing him with a golf club, and then he just takes over the group. He also changed that guy.
Yeah, he changed the guy to the bottom of the lake.
He changed the guy to the bottom of the lake.
That's what I'll say is the difference between Negan and the governor. Negan isn't a psycho. He's just a guy that like lost everything and just became like the worst possible person.
Yeah.
But Philip is like genuinely twisted.
Yeah. Yeah, he takes control of the group easily, captures Michonne and Herschel.
And then that leads to the prison conflict.
Yeah, prison, I think that episode's also the best that
we can all live together.
Liar.
No, I knew Herschel was gonna die, but as soon as a katana in the governor's hand, it was like he's gone. There's no way.
It's really one of the toughest episodes to watch, and toughest deaths because everyone loved Herschel.
We all can change. Liar.
No.
So yeah, it's really like sad.
But it was such a great payoff too. Like, doesn't Michonne kill the governor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember they raided the tank. They destroy everything. The whole like group gets split up. Bob. I forgot to mention Bob.
Bob's is.
I like the Bob montage. You know, he's walking. Yeah. That was really good. But yeah, it was Bob, Sasha, and Maggie get split.
Do you know what I found with The Walking Dead, especially with characters like Bob? They'd always find they'd introduce a character and make them so useless where you go, why are you even here? And you hate them. And then like a couple seasons later, they'll develop them and then they'll kill them off. or they'll just like keep them around, and you're just like, why did you do that? They're great. Why would you get rid of that character? Bob was one of those characters where like I genuinely didn't like him, and then they killed him off, and I was like, wait, no, Bob's great, don't kill Bob. But then the second half of season 4 is like, so the prison's destroyed, and it's kind of like a bunch of subplots.
Yeah, because like everyone's it's Bob, Sasha, Maggie, Carl, Rick, and Michonne.
Yeah, that was really good. That's also when Rick gets the murder jacket.
Yeah,
we love the murder jacket.
Tara and Glenn, and they meet. We meet Abraham,
yeah.
Eugene, and Rosita. Great characters.
Yeah, great in the sense of Eugene is just hilarious.
Is there anyone else? Yeah, Beth and Daryl.
Beth and Daryl.
That leads to Beth getting captured.
Yeah.
But I did like their...
Beth and Daryl's bond was really fun.
And also the characters you wouldn't like expect.
No, you wouldn't. But they developed like a nice like father-daughter, older brother, younger sister dynamic.
Never had a pepperoni.
Never had a pepperoni, never had frozen yogurt.
Never had a frozen banana claus.
I think the most interesting subplot of the whole season, which is the Lizzie and Mika stuff.
So yeah, Tyrese, Carol, Lizzie and Mika. And Judith.
And Judith, yeah.
Tyrese took care of Judith. Legend, man.
Honestly though, that whole episode was like, you just see this little girl not understanding the concept of the zombie apocalypse, and it's just like, oh, it's fine. I'll just kill my sister and she'll come back alive. And it's like, oh my god. Because you see her develop into a psycho over like 3 episodes, and you're just like, what is up with this little girl? Oh my god.
Don't worry. She'll come back. I didn't hurt her brain.
I remember watching it for the first time. I was shocked when I saw that.
Well, I mean, especially when Carol kills her, you're just like, oh my god, this show like went there. That's nuts.
Yeah. Daryl after Beth gets captured with the claimers.
Yep. Claim.
And those are the guys that Rick was hiding from. You know, he killed one of the guys. Rick, Michonne, and Carl get captured by the claimers on the way to Terminus, and then we get one of Rick's best moments, man. Carl's getting molested by some.
Oh god, yeah.
That was fucked. Michonne's held back. And then Rick's getting beaten up, and he just literally bites the guy's throat. He bites his jugular out. It's crazy.
Crazy, but like, he had to do it, of course.
Yeah,
like...
and then they kill the claimers. I remember he just stabs the guy's
so many times. Man.
Everyone else got to Terminus before them, and then they get to Terminus, and they recognize Glenn's watch is taken. But what when you first saw Terminus, were you a bit skeptical, or did you think... Because I remember when I saw it, I was like... Oh, but I didn't expect cannibals.
Yeah, that was like the pattern I always found with The Walking Dead was like they'd introduce a new place and you'd always be skeptical of like, is this too good to be true? There's something up here. Like it can't be like this like well organized machine. And then you realize, okay, yeah, no, it is a trap. Season 5.
So yeah, we thought season 3 started off with a bang.
Yeah, with a bang. Season 5
is the best start to any of the seasons. I mean.
Straight up murder and massacre like everywhere.
Yeah,
man.
They literally escaped from Terminus in the first episode. Carol was amazing. Carol's the savior. Man.
Carol is like the secret goat of The Walking Dead.
That's one thing about Carol. It's one character from the beginning you'd never expect to do anything, be capable of doing anything like that. And
oh no, yeah, for sure.
She was like a weak.
Yeah, she was very weak to me. Yeah, exactly. And all of a sudden she's like this badass man. We'll just wait till season 6.
Yeah. I think this is the worst scene for me to watch. So you know when they're using the baseball bat, you know, you think Rick and Glenn and there's Daryl there tied up, about to get, and then you just hear the sound of the baseball bat like, hitting the skulls. Penguin gets killed. Yeah, we really like Penguin. He gets killed. There's so much disgusting stuff in the show. That was for me the hardest to watch.
Yeah, the thing that I found that with The Walking Dead was like there was always gross scenes. Most of the time though, I didn't think it was super gross, but when it was gross, it was like
We're reunited with Judith. Carl and Rick thought
she was dead. They literally separated from Judith for like a whole like half a season.
Yeah.
And it was really nice to see them kind of like all come together.
And we meet Gabriel.
Oh, Gabriel. Gabriel, as we like to call him. I both love and hate Gabriel because when he's introduced, I hated him.
Yeah, he really does develop throughout the show. But
when does he become cool again? Like season 7 or something?
Yeah.
It takes him a while. He's just there. And you're just like, why is he here? He's a terrible person because he literally lets like a bunch of people in his church like die from zombies, and then he's just weak and annoying and useless. And then it's like all of a sudden in like season 6 or 7, he's like boom, he's like proven himself. He's like super loyal. He's like really capable, and it's like, where was this guy the whole time? Again, it's like I said when like the show introduces a character, and it's like you don't like them at first, and then you grow to love them. Same thing with Bob, because in season 5...
I never hated Bob, man. I don't know why you hate Bob.
I hated Bob because he was a useless alcoholic that literally like ruined the whole mission.
Oh god, I remember that mission now.
Yeah.
Oh god.
But the thing was that like Bob in season 5 gets attacked by cannibals, gets his leg taken off, but then you also find out he's been bitten. And then as soon as you find out Bob is dying, you're just like, no, not Bob. I love Bob. Don't kill
One of the
Bob.
funniest scenes though, the tainted meat.
Yeah, tainted meat is great.
Scenes.
A man's gotta eat.
Yeah, the cannibals try and get their revenge on Rick.
Mm-hmm.
Then he ambushes him in the church. Iconic.
Yep,
again.
iconic scene, man.
Promised him he was going to kill him.
Yep.
Gets the machete.
This is season 5 is Savage Rick, right?
Yeah, he's like, this is when he's becoming...
Yeah, he's got like the big bushy beard. I call him Messiah Rick because he looks like a prophet, like straight up just Moses. I was like, this is pretty sick.
The group splits up again. We get Great M, which is Glenn, Rosita, Eugene, Abraham, Tara, Maggie. And they're going to Washington to find the cure. And we find out Eugene was lying the whole time.
It's so funny.
I remember his he's like watching Abraham Rosita have sex, and then...
Oh god, I forgot that.
And do you remember
reminded me about
when Abraham knocks Eugene out, the way he falls?
Yeah, it was funny. But that's the thing though too, and that's what I kind of love about Eugene, is that like he's introduced and you're just like, what a useless character.
Yeah.
But then you find out that it was a lie, and you're like, oh, this is so interesting.
Yeah.
But then it's like, the thing I like about Eugene is that like he proves himself throughout the show, but not in a way that you'd expect.
We get introduced to Noah, and we find out what happened to Beth. She was captured by like these police officers and forced to work in that hospital for them. It's like some really weird system. I never...
Beth death shocked me, man. That was like, that was one of those things where like, I didn't know it was coming. And then it happened, and I fully just went, no. Like the way that it was so quick and so like to the point, and you were just like, nah. That was brutal. That was horrid. The thing that I liked was Tyrese's death. That episode was fun because you just got like cameos from like everyone. Like Lizzie showed up, Mika showed up, and then out of nowhere, my boy Philip, he just showed up. I was like, hey, it's the governor of the minor.
Tyrese's death was also one of the saddest for me. Yeah, and I didn't expect it to kind of happen so soon.
Yeah, Tyrese was cool. He was one of those side characters, but like you just appreciate him. He was just there and you liked him.
He was one of the best side characters when he was definitely missed.
There's also the barn scene where they take shelter in the barn, and then Rick does his iconic "We are the Walking Dead" speech, which was really cool. I liked that. Rick has great speeches.
Yeah, I think that's when the group was at its best. Like you see when they were walking down the road in the rain.
Oh,
the rain starts pouring. But like that group, I think was probably like, that's kind of also when people say The Walking Dead was at its peak as well.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, that's when they meet Aaron, and he tells them about Alexandria. They don't trust him.
Do you remember how skeptical I was about Alexandria? It was like you kept looking to me and just like,
do you think I'm gonna do it twice? Like,
and I was just like, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. And in a way, they didn't, but they kind of did, but not really.
But yeah, they got to Alexandria and we met Deanna. I really liked Deanna's character.
Yeah, same.
I thought she was pretty good.
But that's the thing though, because when you get to Alexandria, you like the society that they're trying to build. Like on paper, it could have worked, and it by the end of the show, it does work.
Yeah. Rick and Michonne become the sheriffs of the town. Or
yeah, they
like
do.
That.
Yeah. Also, is this the season where they like get together, or is that next season?
I think that's next season because remember he's with Jesse.
Yes. Okay.
Not with Jesse. God. Jesse. That's so funny. Also, like Rick, he's not even had a bit of action for a long time.
Rick simping for Jesse was so just out of the blue, and then I was just.
Funniest scene is when he sees her walking with Pete. He just holds the gun, just grabs the holster. Oh, it's hilarious.
I will say we get a nice payoff with the whole Pete and Rick rivalry. Yeah. Because when Rick and him fight, we get another great Rick monologue. Andrew Lincoln, when he does those monologues, just mwah.
I think that's also my favourite version of Rick, is when he has like the patches, plasters on his face. I love that look.
Me? You mean me? Love it.
I remember Daryl and Aaron, they discovered Morgan.
Yeah.
So we see Morgan again, right?
I like when Morgan was reintroduced. I was like, hey, Morgan.
He seemed a bit. He was actually there.
Yeah, he was fixing himself. That's what he liked to see.
But then the finale is pretty crazy. Yeah. Pete ends up killing Deanna's husband
with Michonne's sword, right?
Yeah.
I remember that was like out of the blue. I was like, whoa, that was really quick. And then Rick, being Rick and Top Geezer and Ultimate Savage, just.
But that's also, he literally didn't hesitate.
No hesitation. I loved it.
Bang.
That's one of the cool things about The Walking Dead 2 is the evolution of Rick Grimes from like the lawman to just like the straight up just savage with no hesitation.
And also earlier in the season, Deanna's one of her sons died as well.
Yeah.
On that like scouting mission, and then
with Nicholas.
He's just
biggest liability of the entire show. He's even worse than like Bob or Gabriel. Actually,
who went on that mission again? It was Glenn, Nicholas, Aiden, and someone else. Noah. Yes.
Noah dies.
Yes, that's bro. Noah's death is horrific. It's horrific. It's horrific.
So season 6, I have a bit of a mixed relationship with. I think half of it, the first half specifically, is quite boring. It's like they're trying to like distract this herd of walkers coming, so they go to the quarry to cause like a landslide or something. And it's just that for several episodes.
The build-up's pretty boring, but when it actually gets to the...
Yeah, when it builds up to Negan, it's great, but then it's like you have things like Glenn's fake-out death. Like, I didn't care for that. I was like... Well, okay, part of the reason why I didn't care for that was because I knew he didn't die then. Because going into the show, I knew Glenn died, but I knew he was killed by Negan. And so when, like, he fell off the dumpster and then the walkers...
I was still confused how... I mean, when I watched it, I was like... I knew Glenn died as well, but I was watching it, like, what the hell? How does he escape from this?
But the thing is, though, is that looking at the way it's shot, you can kind of tell that Nicholas fell on top of him.
I know that Alexandria at the beginning gets attacked by the Wolves, which is a newish group, the guys with the W's.
Yeah, and we get our favourite, Honey Carol. Like, Carol just goes full on, like, Al-Qaeda with, like, her weird, like, headscarf and, like, bandana and, like, mouth coverings. It's like, okay, she just full on went there.
Yeah, so she was once again proving she's a badass.
Massive badass. Yeah. She's also just like heartless, but like in a cool way.
Yeah, Carol and Morgan, like Morgan suddenly became. I didn't like Morgan in how he, he was in an era where he was like, no, I can't kill anyone.
All life is precious.
All life is precious. Shut up, man. Shut up. Not all life is precious. They literally just killed some fucking civilians. And he's sparing them. We find out why he's like that in the Eastman episode.
Yes, that was a really great episode.
Yeah, it's good writing and shows how Morgan becomes, more peaceful and he gets his sanity back. But it's also sad how Eastman did end up dying. But
Eastman was great. I love that.
But what's great about so the build up is pretty slow, but we get to the mid-season point, and that's where we get one of the best episodes in the show for me as well, is when the Horde attacks Alexandria. It's nighttime. You think they're doomed.
Lots of deaths.
Lots of stuff happens in the episode. Rick, Michonne, Carl, and then Sam, Jesse, and Ron. Do you remember Ron?
Yeah. The one that was like Enid's like not boyfriend, but he was jealous of Carl like dating and seeing.
They cover themselves in Walker Guts. They go outside.
Yeah.
And then the little kid, he just can't take it.
Yeah.
And he just starts crying. Gets bitten in the head, but like it's gory.
Yeah, that's when we get like more like crazy gory death and just like, oh god.
Yeah, the mother, she just goes to her son and she dies as well. Rick, he's like traumatized. And then Ron, he blames Rick. He tries to shoot him, and then he ends up shooting Colin in the eye.
Yeah.
And then Michonne kills Ron, and then Rick's panicking, and then he's just like holding his head. Everything's just going crazy. Deanna gets bitten. I remember as well. It's pretty sad. That was sad, but she had the last stand. She went out like a boss.
Yeah, that's the thing. That like the first half of season 6, I don't think is quite slow, but like that mid-season is really like impactful and entertaining. And then it starts off a little bit slower again in terms of we get introduced to Gregory and the hilltop. I hate Gregory. Like, I love him, but I hate him because he's so annoying.
He's really well acted. He's just
he's well acted. I just think the character is so annoying.
Yeah.
But then also we get a great episode where Rick and Daryl meet Jesus.
Yeah.
We get all the iconic moments like when they're in the car, and then Rick's playing that song.
And then Daryl's like, "Don't."
Yeah.
Jesus takes them to the hilltop.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what really bugs me is how they lose all the supplies in the water. That bothers me. It still bothers me. It's like I don't know. I'm probably just reminded you of that now, but
I hate it.
But yeah, at Hilltop they're told about the saviors. And
this is the biggest mistake Rick as a leader makes, and that's when they go and attack the saviors, and they go and kill them in their sleep, and they steal their supplies, and you're just like, oh my god.
So if you look at it from an outside perspective,
Yeah,
They
Rick
can be
didn't
seen
need
as
to
the bad guys.
Yeah, Rick was
Yeah.
Well, they could be seen. They were the bad guys.
Yeah.
Like, at least have Negan like show up to their doorstep, being like, "Hey, give us the stuff, or we'll take it from you."
Yeah.
But no, they full and just went in and killed them, and you're just like, "Oh, you guys aren't like the good guys at all."
Later on in the season, Denise, I remember she's like with Rosita and Daryl.
Yeah.
Denise is the nurse. Dwight had Daryl's crossbow because Daryl was with them, and
Dwighty boy.
Dwighty boy stole his crossbow and his stuff.
Doesn't
Dwight
Eugene bite his dick
Yeah.
as well? This is why you can't hate Eugene. Like he's technically useless, but he isn't. But he's just funny.
Carol leaves. She leaves Alexandra because she
She has like a full on mental breakdown.
Yeah.
It's like I'm done. I'm just gonna live in exile.
And then on the way leaving, she meets some saviors. She takes out some of them, but then one of them is like pursuing her, and I remember Morgan saves her. This wasn't the first encounter with the saviors.
No.
It was Sasha, Abraham, and Daryl.
Yes.
Remember they were stopped on the road, and then Daryl just
RPGs them, which was cool. That was a cool moment.
Yeah. But yeah, last episode of the season is just it's really like it's frustrating to watch.
It is.
Like you see them getting trapped everywhere they go.
Yeah.
Saviors are just waiting for them. Got Simon.
Yeah. Simon's great. Because he's Trevor from GTA, yeah. But no, I remember like thinking the finale is just like, oh god, they're literally just walking everywhere and they're getting like blockaded, oh this is jarring. And then you hear the whistles and then the saviors show up and then out comes Negan, and immediately when Jeffrey Dean Morgan shows up, he shows up and there's just an aura. Like you can't help but just be like captivated by Negan. Like I think that's what's like different between the Governor and Negan, is just like how Negan's like a performative showman, where like the Governor's like a leader. Yeah. Like that's, it's just interesting.
Then we find out that someone's gonna die, and in season 7 we find out it's Abraham, which is sad because Abraham was a legend.
I didn't know Abraham was gonna die. All I knew going into season 7 was that Glenn dies. Yeah. I didn't know anything about Abraham dying. So when there were 2 deaths, I was like, no, what?
And it was really sad because I remember he showed his peace sign. Such before he died. But before Abraham and Sasha's romance, you just reminded me of that. Made no sense. The Walking Dead has that as like a pattern. There's just like characters that have romances and they don't make any sense. Abraham's all like, oh, they're lonely. It's an apocalypse, man.
No. But Abraham's all like, oh yeah, Sasha, you're the most like beautiful girl I've ever seen. But I'm gonna leave Rosita because I thought she was the only one. I'm like, excuse me, you left Rosita. What?
But yeah, he went out like a champ, man.
No, he did. Take it like a champ.
You're all gonna be doing that.
Glenn,
Oh, look at that! Taking it like a champ.
Season 7, episode 1. I remember when we were watching it. It was just the most like traumatic episode.
You're just like,
well, it's because like that first half is like Negan just killing people and like tantalizingly like going, oh, well, I'm gonna kill you guys, and then
it's Daryl's fault for Glenn's death, man.
Oh god, Daryl.
You remember like he just hits the guy and then. But Glenn's death is
back to it.
Glenn's
the worst. Like,
but the thing is,
eyeball and,
it's like
Maggie's crying.
You have that and it's gory and it's the heartache, but then it's the game Negan plays with Rick, and it's like he traps Rick in the camper van, then he like has these walkers surround him, and then Rick survives that, and then Negan's all just like, okay, cool, now you're gonna cut off Carl's arm, and you're just like, wait, what? And you get Andrew Lincoln right. We can meme the hell out of it in times and be like, it can be me, please, and like the snot bubble coming out. The acting is incredible. He was just like, Andrew Lincoln is so good. Like I love him so much. Yeah. And then like when he's like, this is it.
But yeah, Carl was brave in that scenario. Like he's like, just do it.
Yeah, Carl, that's what I mean. Like we haven't spoken much about Carl's transformation in terms of from season 1 to season 3. He like changes and becomes like from annoying to like really cool. Carl is just like a valued member of the group. He's like full on like really integral. He's kind of like Rick's lieutenant. Like he's just a right hand man that's like helping lead the charge and like keeping the peace and stuff. Like Carl is awesome. Yeah. Daryl's been taken hostage by the saviors. And obviously the most iconic thing about his torturing is the Easy Street song. Yeah. We're on Easy Street. and we love to meet.
She gets treated like a dog, and then Dwight just tormenting him as well.
Do you think that's why in the latest seasons Daryl just becomes like dog man, just like hey?
Yeah, it actually might be a reason.
I hate Daryl's
writing
regression.
shit.
Yeah, I hate Daryl's regression so much.
Compare him to like season 2 and 1. It's just he's nowhere near the same character.
No,
he just becomes one-line man.
Yeah, pretty
much. They're not even good like one-liners.
Yeah, he just growls and grunts. Speaking of new characters, we get Ezekiel. I love Ezekiel. Yeah. The kingdom, hail to the king. The thing about Ezekiel that I thought was kind of funny was how like they reveal it's a performance. And you think at some point in the show he's going to drop it, but he doesn't. He just keeps it going, which I think is really fun.
Jerry is all good right hand.
Jerry, the goat, Shazam's dad.
But yeah, the whole season, like, Rick is just Negan's bitch.
Pretty much. It's just
like, if you don't know why I did that, I took my dick and just and downside your throat.
Negan's one-liners are really funny. Like, they're also just iconic too. Like, I fed your son spaghetti. And then, like, when he's talking to, is it who's is it Denise? Is the nurse Denise?
Yeah.
Yeah. And when Denise is just like
Olivia, wait, you're talking to
Olivia, yeah.
The food woman.
The scene where like Negan's talking to Olivia and he's just like, give us what you've got, and she's just like, please, we're starving, and he looks at her and it's just like, you're starving. Oh god. He's so funny. Like, again, it's kind of similar to Mel, where like he's an asshole, but like it is just funny.
Smile though.
Yeah. Also, Negan should never have shaved. I don't know why he shaved. Jeffrey D, I love you, but no.
I remember Heath gets. So basically, you know, Rick gets taken by Heath gets taken by the same people.
Yeah. Do you think that's actually gonna? Do you think that's gonna pay off?
Maybe we'll see him in the next show.
Because like Heath gets kidnapped.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's guys. Yeah, he's Dr. Dre or something.
Yeah, he's Dr. Dre and he's like Benny from In the Heights and stuff. Like I recognize him and he's a good actor. But it was like he's there and then he just gets like taken away and it's never followed up on like ever again. And
I remember like Carl tried to kill Negan.
Yeah, that was cool too.
Again, like Negan and Carl, they really got along.
They did get along because Negan was just like, oh, this kid's kind of badass. I really like him. Negan's wife was all messed up too. Especially, doesn't he turn Dwight's girl into one of his wives? Messed up. Simon's just unhinged and crazy.
Yeah.
And you learn that more in season 8. Yeah. But like season 7, he's just like Negan's left hand man or right hand man, and it's just like, yeah, I'm gonna do what Negan says because we gotta do it.
Yeah. And I remember Rosita wanted to get Eugene's help to try and kill Negan, and she tries and kills him, but she literally shoots his baseball bat.
Yeah.
Enrages him, and then Negan also kills Spencer. That's another good one.
That is an iconic moment.
Because he got
no guts. Another thing too about season 7 is kind of meandery. Like I like half of it, or like I like the bits. There are certain storylines in season 7 that I like, and there's some bits where I'm like I don't really care for. I like the Kingdom stuff. So the stuff with like Morgan and Benjamin, and how like Morgan's kind of like their surrogate dad.
Yeah.
And then Benjamin gets killed off by knockoff Gerard Butler, and it's like, what the hell, man? I mean, it's the thing with the melons. I hate that. Wasn't that also the episode where Morgan breaks his no kill rule? And he
kills Richard. Yeah, so he kills the guy who's behind it.
The thing though that I found with season 7, and this also leads into my point about season 8 as well, is how the whole of season 7 is just build up for Rick to get motivation to kill Negan.
Yeah.
Like the whole season builds up and like Sasha sacrifices herself because she's like in this coffin.
That was a good way to go.
Yeah.
That was.
But then also I find it weird how like the whole show makes it seem like Sasha's like this amazing character. Like for some reason
she actually annoyed me so. Do you remember like when she was just like using the sniper?
Yeah. Like the whole show kept building up to like Sasha's one of the greatest characters. Abraham fell in love with her for a reason. She's so great. She didn't really do anything. She was just there.
Yeah, we forgot to mention like the garbage people.
Oh yeah, Jade and the garbage people.
Rick tried to get their help. He betrayed him, and then it's basically the Saviors and the garbage people against those three. And then you think Rick's about was the Rick Negan making Rick do? He was making him.
Oh, he was gonna make him kill Carl or something. Yeah. And then obviously it leads into another Ricky Dicky fantastic monologue of, I'm gonna kill you. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow. But nothing.
You can take my hands.
Yeah, you can take my hands. You can take... Wait, you can take my hands. You can take... Wait, hold on. I know this whole monologue.
You can take my... You can do it right in front.
You can... Wait. You can do it right in front of me. You can take my hands. I told you already. I'm gonna kill you. All of you. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow. But nothing is gonna change that. Nothing.
You're already dead.
I love it.
And then Shiva comes in with Ezekiel. It's some crappy fight in my opinion. Like
it's not an amazing finale.
Really badly choreographed or whatever. And then we get to season 8, which
okay. So my issue with season 8. Okay, it sucks when you get to the end of it. I think overall, it annoys me. No, it annoys me purely for the fact that season 7 and 8 should have been combined and been one season, because it should have been mid-season. Rick realizes, okay, let's stand up to Negan. I'm gonna kill you. And then the second
Rick
half
does realize halfway through the season he's like,
no, I know, but that scene with him and Negan should have happened in the mid-season, and then everything in season 8 should have been condensed and happened in the second half of season 7, because the whole of season 8 is just Rick going to Negan, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill you, and then you get to the end of the season and he doesn't kill Negan, and it's stupid.
The most stupid thing they did was kill Carl. And what? Because they don't want to give him an adult contract.
I hated Carl's death because it made no sense. It was one of those things where, like,
what's the TV company?
AMC.
Have some shame.
Have some shame. Literally, he saves Sadiq, and you think it's perfectly fine, but apparently he got bitten somehow.
He was the future of the show, and
that's what I thought was so weird too. Is that Carl was like the future of The Walking Dead, and they killed him off, and it didn't make any sense.
It was just very bad. Yeah, it was sad. Like how he's wrote the letters and stuff. He found out he was dead, but
Carl wanted us to live together.
But like then how Rick uses that as an excuse for why he doesn't kill Negan.
That's my issue with it, is that Rick not killing Negan could have worked, but it's the fact that they literally spent 2 seasons of Rick going, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill. So when he doesn't kill
like
Negan,
in Last of Us, in Last of Us 2, Abby wants. Yeah, it's crap. Like the whole time Ellie's going to kill the person who killed Joel, and at the end she just doesn't kill her. She spares her.
Stupid.
Like what the?
Season 8, I don't hate it. I just don't like it overall. But there are some nice things in it. Like we got Henry.
Henry's like literally Benjamin's younger brother. He's literally the replacement.
Young Henry.
He's the replacement.
Yeah,
for Benjamin.
it's funny because with Henry the whole time I was like, I know this kid from somewhere. Then I realized he's in Miss Marvel.
Oh.
He's plays Miss Marvel's best friend. I was like, oh, that's cool.
Is Miss Marvel? Who's Miss Marvel?
The Pakistani one.
Gabriel loses his vision in one eye. I remember that because he's trapped in Negan in the RV. That was funny.
In between season 7 and season 8, Gabriel just becomes cool.
Yeah.
I don't know what happens. It's not really like a gradual change or like he proves himself. He just becomes cool.
Ezekiel's not one.
Okay, I can't tell if that's funny or if that's like a sad scene.
It's like, oh, I didn't lose anyone. No one died. And then they just all get gunned down. And it's only him and Jerry, I think that.
Is that when Shiva dies as well?
Shiva dies, I think, in close to that.
Yeah, that was sad.
Awful CGI, awful death.
Okay, yeah.
It was sad.
It was sad, but yeah.
Dwight is one of the... It's a double agent, basically.
Yeah.
He's one of the reasons, like, how he helps Rick and his group help. He helps them, like, plot against...
Yeah, to plot against Negan and take over the Saviors.
And the whole season, you think also Eugene. I think he's he's snaked the group
I
out.
didn't realize. I didn't think he was though. I was like, no, he's too smart to like snake them out, and he tampers with the bullets, and you're just like, this is why Eugene's great. This is why I love him.
Negan's captured by Jadis. This is after also Simon massacred the whole.
Yeah.
I mean, screw the garbage people.
I
didn't care for them.
Didn't care for the garbage people.
Screw them. But yeah, you realise Jadis is normal, and
Annie is her name, I think.
Yeah, that's her real name. And then we're going to see, like, obviously we're talking about this because of the ones who live, and that's the first time you see the helicopter for the CRM, I think.
I've forgotten the organisation's name,
So yeah, those are the guys that captured Rick and that Jadis works for. So yeah, that's the first time you see the helicopter. You think Negan's about to get, but he always fucking escapes. He always gets his way out.
Great writing there.
And yeah, he escapes, and then he gets back, and then Simon thinks Simon wanted him dead. Simon wants to be leader. They have a fight, and then Negan kills him, which is pretty good. And
then we build up to the wonderful, fantastic finale where Eugene tampers with the bullets and the guns short circuit or whatever, and then Rick and Negan fight, and Carl wanted us to live together. Carl, we can live together. And then he slices Negan's throat, and you think that's it. Nah, he's fine. He's fine. Rick just leaves him. Yes, Sadiq with the magical healing hands saves him. It's just they nerf Negan to a point where, like, from this point on, he's just kind of like the funny badass guy.
Yeah, so funny about when Rick slices his throat. It's like, you know, he's giving him 10 seconds.
Yeah.
For Carl. give you 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Call, like, what? And he's just like, he's about to get there and he's so angry. Negan's crying, he looks angry, and I'm just like,
Yes.
It's just crap.
It was not a good ending. I did not like it at all. Season 9 is half of it is
It's only the first 5 episodes.
okay, yeah, that's true. Yeah, but there was like a couple of bits afterwards, but that I didn't mind because like you see like the fast forward and the time skip. But realistically, season 9 is where The Walking Dead died. Like as soon as Rick blows up that bridge, I'm done. Yeah. I'm tapped out. I don't care.
The Rick's final episode was great.
Oh, it's great.
The music, the flashbacks. You get Shane's flashback, amazing.
Yeah. Oh man.
Herschel's flashback, emotional because the actor died after they filmed it, and we also Sasha flashback as well. Bit random.
That's what I mean, though.
Bit random.
You see how the writers
just needed to get someone in.
Yeah, but it's like you could have gotten Laurie in, you could have gotten like Colin. It didn't make any sense. It was like we've somehow the writers just like, oh, Sasha's great. Everyone loves Sasha. She's barely in it.
But I really liked the Shane flashback.
The Shane
flashback.
Herschel
flashback's great.
You're such an asshole, man.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Everything with Rick is great. The one thing I will say is that trim. What did they do to his hair? Oh my god, I hated it. It was so bad. Yes, it is. You're laughing because it's true.
But yeah, the whole episode, he brings himself off he's impaled, he brings himself off, he gets to the bridge. I found him. And then you think he's dead, and then bang. Cletus finds him.
We're setting up the spin-off. Oh.
And you hear the bloody space junk plane.
Perfect. Yeah, that is like a great full circle moment. I'll give it that.
Perfect ending to his character.
Speaking of perfect, we may have lost Rick, but we also finally got rid of Gregory. Yes! Justice, man. I hate Gregory so much. He's so jarring.
I remember, I think in season 9, Maggie just disappears because she's from that's when Lauren Coyle went to film something else. Jesus dies as well, man. That was pretty sad.
Oh, God. Okay, that's when the season falls apart, though.
Yeah, that's when we get introduced to the Whisperers and...
Didn't care for any of that. I didn't care for any of it. I
don't think it's that
I couldn't watch it. I couldn't watch it. I couldn't get through it. It was so painful.
But on a rewatch, I do agree it was more boring when I rewatched it.
Because what in the time skip is that when Dan Fogler shows up?
Who's that?
Jacob from Fantastic Beasts.
I don't know, man. Oh, is that Luke?
Yeah.
But yeah, we get introduced to Judith. She's growing up after the time jump.
That stuff is like, I'd give it credit for being kind of interesting, but then it's not.
Yeah.
Like, because I like Judith and Negan's dynamic.
Yeah.
Because Judith is just a little badass. I think that's so cool.
Negan's still
funny.
But he's lost. He's not as much. He's kind of broken.
Yeah, he's not like a menace anymore. He's just funny.
He's broken, but he's also broken by being in jail. But yeah, he finally escapes. The biggest thing in season 9 was the episode prior to the finale. Like when.
Yeah, at this point we were just skipping around.
Yeah, and we lost a lot of characters.
So many.
Tara died. Henry died. Enid died. Like, it was just a big shock. You didn't really see it coming, and it was actually quite sad.
And then we skipped around season 10, the Negan episode. That's fantastic.
Literally season 10.
Yeah, you can speak on the quality of season 10.
Season 10, all I remember is like something about the Commonwealth. I can't even remember too much of it. I watched everything, but it was a lot of filler episodes. Like, there was an episode with Carol chasing a rat. Like, I didn't even watch that, but I remember that. There was a good episode with like Aaron and Gabriel and this other guy, but most of it was like boring filler, and there was Commonwealth stuff. It wasn't that interesting. You got some new characters and stuff, but the only really top episode I'd say was the finale.
Yeah, the Negan episode is really good. It's kind of like, you kind of wish that's what the show focused on, was just like showing flashbacks of certain characters and their stories, because the Negan episode is really damn good.
Yeah, and
I love you.
I love the shit out of you. And I'll do my fighting for you. But yeah, it's just sad, like how his wife dies. It was actually pretty emotional. I can't imagine how he filmed it, because he actually used it was actually his wife.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
That played the part of Lucille. Yeah, you saw like Negan before he was Negan. He was literally like a PE teacher. He was actually a loser. He was like playing video games at like 35.
Yeah.
He didn't have a job, and he cheated on his wife. I remember.
Yeah, no, I got it.
But like, she forgave him, and then God, remember the "You Are So Beautiful" song. Oh, shit, was it? Yeah, but it was really emotional when he discovered her and she was dead. That's all.
Because he found, he found the medicine.
Yeah. And when he goes back and gets his vengeance, it's pretty cool.
It was worth it.
And then season 11, yeah, it's a lot of stuff, but it's not really that.
I didn't. Good. We only just watched the finale.
Yeah, you just watched the finale.
So the only real thing about the finale that I remember is that Rosita dies, and she has like a daughter or something
Yeah.
with Gabriel, and I don't know how Gabriel and Rosita ended up together. Like, that didn't make any sense to me. Like, have her and Eugene together, like, honestly, Gabriel and her made no sense.
Yeah.
And then, what else happens? It's just, it's
There's like, Judith got shot.
what?
I remember that, but she got saved. They rebel against the Commonwealth. They get the leader. She gets like put in jail.
So basically, it's all irrelevant until Rick shows up with cameo,
Yeah.
and they just set up the spin-off, and you're like, "Hey, it's Ricky Dicky."
That was just like motorcycle.
Yeah, he
to
just
bloody
get to
nowhere.
Paris. Yeah.
We can get fuel from, mate. It's like set up for spin-off shows, but I still haven't watched the Maggie and Negan show. I haven't watched the Daryl show either.
No.
I'm really looking forward to the Rick and Michonne show. Though.
Yeah, I think we're just honestly, but at this point too, where do you go after the Rick show?
I think we should just leave. I think they should just bloody leave it.
But
I really hope they don't kill him off. You think they will?
I feel like the man's got a target on his back.
He has to reunite with Judith and.
No, I think he will, but like something at the end will happen where it's like someone shoots him, or maybe they set up The Walking Dead season 12. Who knows?
But like, you're thinking about it. You know, if he was going to reunite, how would he reunite with the whole like group? Because they're not going to be in the show.
Yeah, no, because
how are they going to end it? I can't.
Because Daryl's in Paris, Carol's in Paris or something. Maggie and Negan are in New York. Are they all going to go back to Alexandria and do something?
I'm just praying for our boy. I'm praying for Ricky Dicky, man.
I don't want him to die, but I think he will die. So at the end of the day, Darin, I have to ask you a question. Is The Walking Dead a good show?
Yeah, overall it is. I mean, you can't dispute it. You can, just because it has a bad few seasons, I can't not call it a good show. It's like Game of Thrones. It's still a great show.
Yeah.
Season 7 and 8 aren't good.
Yeah.
But it's still a good show. I'd say the first 7 seasons you can say are good. Maybe not 7. 7 was meh. It wasn't awful. You know, it's watchable. Season 8 bad. 9 is.
No, do you know what's the problem with season 8 apart from Carl's death? My problem with season 8 is that if you just merged that with season 7, it'd have been a good season.
Yeah.
And you just flesh out like Carl's death a little bit more and you make it make sense. It would have worked. But
I can't call it a bad show though. I can't, because after how good the first 5-6 seasons, I can't call it bad. But like season 10 and 11 are borderline completely different. Like, if you watch it, it even looks different.
It's a horrendous difference in terms of like every episode is so drawn out, it's so slow. There's like
filler,
loads of filler, 100 different characters.
Yeah.
We're just like, who are these people?
Yeah. So I'd say the first.
I would say I like the first 9 seasons. Sure.
You like the first 9 seasons?
Because
you don't even like season 9.
Yeah, but okay, I only like the first 8.5 seasons. Then fine.
I don't even like I can't like I even like season 7 and 8 when I rewatch it's a bit hard.
Maybe on a rewatch
was the only thing.
Yeah, saving it. That's like maybe like on rewatch I wouldn't like 7 and 8 as much.
Yeah.
Because it's like I can see the overall outline. It just like doesn't fit together. But yeah, that is the end of the video. Walking Dead.
It was a long one, man.
It is a long one, but you know, Ricky Dicky's coming back. We had to do it. I feel like it was a good experience. It was a good time. I enjoyed watching it with you. Come on, Ricky Dicky, don't die. Don't leave our boy Mark for death. But those are our thoughts on The Walking Dead. What do you guys think of The Walking Dead? Let me know in the comments down below.
Like, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Yeah, see you later.